Hey, this is Sasha. Welcome to another episode on Let's Talk Stocks. And today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some really cool stuff. And it's going to be focused on why do some people think that trading options is really bad. So we'll try to make it as simple and fun as possible. So in order to do that, let's head on over to the screen so you can go ahead and see me draw some really funky stuff. And here what we'll do is I'm going to start out with looking at things that are good and bad. Okay, so if I go ahead and we'll just draw something like this. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we'll continue this process. We'll draw this, and now to you it may start looking like a pizza. Now for some people, they're going to look at this and say, man, this is really good. And it's yummy. They like this kind of stuff, right? So you got one group of people that say it's really good. And you got another group of people that's going to say, this is really bad, all right? So you got another group of people that say it's really bad. And just like in life, when you look at things that are good and bad, you'll probably have had some experience in one area or the other. So you'll be on one side or the other. And if you have allergies to, let's say, pepper, then you're going to say, hey, this is bad. It's bad for me. I don't really like it. And you'll be in this area. If you've enjoyed pizza in the past, you've tried it, well, you'll probably say it's really good. And no matter where you fit, you'll be in one side or the other. Some people, they'll kind of overlap and say, hey, it's okay, right? But they've tested it, they've tried it, and now all of a sudden you can say, hey, well, it's somewhere in the middle for me. But this kind of works the same way with option trading, is that if we just go ahead and convert this pizza into trading options, people make decisions a little bit different than they do about pizza. So how do people decide pizza? Well, it could be based on the taste. They like pizza. It could be based on the price. Is it expensive? Is it affordable? For many people, it's affordable enough, so that is usually not as big of an issue. But taste is one of the big things. It could be quality, just their preference, their allergies, all these different things that make up an idea of what's good and what's bad. If we look at options, that makeup and that composition is different. It's really much different because it's not so much taste. The makeup when it comes to trading options, all of a sudden it could be your past success, right? And this now is much more difficult to gauge because everybody trades options a lot differently. So all of a sudden, hey, if your success was probably good, you had good success with options and you're making money, well, you'll probably be in the good area, right? So that's kind of one way to do it. Did you make a lot of money, right? Could be a lot of money, then it's also good. If you had maybe even some success, but not a lot of money, or no success, or failure, then you'll probably be in the bad category. So this is why I find a lot of people, they stem into one area or another in trading options, whether one is good or bad. Some people, they don't even try things, but they read things. And when they read things, it changes their mind and their mind shift. So really they have a warped view of things. They never really tested things, right? They never taste tested like they did with a pizza. So they've never even tried it or put on a trade in options. And remember that some pizza, hey, just like sushi, I find there's people out there when they taste sushi the first time, it might not have been good. It might have been bad actually. And I've had this with a friend who tried sushi before. They didn't like it the first time. The second time they tried it maybe at a different place, different restaurant, they tried some different rolls and they liked it and then it was good. So sometimes you'll get one or the other. Some people are on the good side, then they change to the bad side, then they change to the good. But it's only after a handful of times, by the third time, fourth time, where you can actually really figure out, hey, oh, I like this type of pizza, but I don't like that type of pizza. And with options, it's not much different, right? If you've only tried trading options one or two times and you had bad success, well, you'll probably in the bad section. If you've tried it one or two times and you had good success, you say, well, I like it, but I didn't like some things. So you could be in a mix. You could be, it's okay, but it's maybe not as good still. So you need to try things a handful of times to really figure out where you're at in order to make a firm decision. But this is where a lot of people say it's bad. It's bad, well, because number one, they probably did not trade a lot, so they traded small or minimally. Maybe there's no trades at all. Maybe there's no success, or maybe they're reading a lot of negative comments about that, and it just, in their mind, they create a view that's negative, and that's why all of a sudden it's bad, right? Because if I've never tasted pizza before and I just read about it, it's not good, it doesn't look good, then of course that's going to warp my view and vision. So I think the important part behind, really, hey, if we just take this a little further, is to have some confidence. And it takes time to build some confidence. So with confidence, you just, boom, you go ahead and start a little bit at a time. And this is if you had some failing trades. So as your confidence kind of grows, your confidence level, eventually you go ahead and you grow a little more confidence. You put on a few more trades and it continues to expand, right? So if we have here, again, put on a few more trades, confidence expands, and all of a sudden you'll say, hey, well, I could actually use this. This seems like something that could be worthwhile and something that I could use for the future to actually make some consistent income from. But if you just have very little confidence in option trading, if you have very little insight about it, then of course you'll be in kind of this bracket where you think option trading is bad. And that's kind of the simple explanation behind it. And I hope that kind of gives you some thoughts and ideas. And really my point in saying this to you is that if right now you think option trading is bad because you've had some losses, is that you need to build up your confidence a little bit. That's really what it stems to, is that you got to go ahead and take time to build things incrementally, a little more confidence, and then a little more confidence. Put on small trades to build that up a little bit at a time. And as you do that, your confidence will grow. And as your confidence will grow, you can go on, put on bigger trades, make more money, and that will slowly go up with time. So if you're in one side of the bracket thinking that this is bad, or on the other side looking at that this is good, see it from the other perspective at how people approach it, because it's like looking at any tool. Can a hammer be a good tool or a bad tool? Absolutely. It can be a great tool to go ahead and build something, but it can also be a nasty tool if you go ahead and hit your thumb with it. So, look at it, and I just want to shift your mindset to think about what are the positives behind it and how can you use this tool to your advantage to improve and grow your life. So don't look at things too negatively. See what is it that you can get from it in a positive way that in the end you can also use to improve the world around you. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Quick little lesson. If you did, subscribe on YouTube or join the newsletter list by clicking the link over here. Enter your name and email address when you're there, and we'll send you some other free videos as they get released. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.